Not sure if you guys are aware, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Have you heard there's a game this evening? Yeah. It's a big deal. It's a big deal because the winning team will be the Super Bowl champions, and that means they're the Super Bowl champions. Yeah, but it's a big game. It's Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco 49ers, and one of them is going to walk away with the Lombardi Trophy. They will be the winners. And the losing team will be the Super Bowl losers. You know what the players on the losing team earn for playing in the Super Bowl and losing? $89,000. Every player on the losing team gets $89,000. So when you're thinking about losers, think about the last time you had an $89,000 payday. Well, okay, maybe it's, loser with a lowercase l. Now, granted, the winners, first of all, they get bragging rights. They get those very fancy rings, and they get $164,000. So that's a $75,000 bump, which is another very nice payday. But what's a win? We're talking about winners today, and obviously for whoever's going home with the trophy, the win is bragging rights and the ring and the money and whatever comes from being a Super Bowl champion and all the rest of that. The losers still did pretty well. Second best team in the NFL. How much do you get for watching? Well, the joy of being with family and seeing the game, yeah. Okay, another Super Bowl, or another NFL team, the Eagles. They get the same thing you get today. They get to hang around and watch the game on TV. Maybe some of them are going to be there in person. When we're playing a game, when we're involved in any activity, what we want to make sure we understand is what makes it a win. What is a win for you? What's a win for me? What's a win for everybody who's involved? Does a winner need a loser? Well, in the Super Bowl, absolutely. There's been a whole series of games all season long and the preparation for the season and all of that has led through this process of determining who's winning the Super Bowl and going home with the trophy and the goodies, etc. And every step along the way, it requires a loser. Because if there's not a team that's good enough to play the 49ers or the Chiefs with the possibility of them winning, then it's not nearly as exciting. I've mentioned on Super Bowl Sunday in the past that it wouldn't be that exciting to watch the Kansas City Chiefs play a really good high school football team. Breen always objects. He thinks that would be a lot of fun to watch. But you wouldn't make a big parade out of it, and you certainly wouldn't have 1,000 jets, private jets flying into Las Vegas to watch it. It might be interesting, but it wouldn't be exciting. So there's got to be the possibility of winning and the willingness to play and the possibility of losing to make one of these zero-sum games where there's a winner and a loser interesting and exciting. Is there a possibility of a win-win? Yeah, not in a football game. Players go into a huge stadium and play. And for example, Travis Kelce, who's arguably one of the best tight ends in the history of the game, could go in and win $164,000. $164,000. His girlfriend is Taylor Swift. She could go into the same stadium, no losers, no winners, no pads, no helmets, and she comes away with $3 to $5 million. A win-win. So you got to be aware of what game you're playing, where you're playing, how you're playing, and what the objective is going to be. So most of us are probably planning on doing something for the game, maybe getting together with friends and family and watching and having a social or family activity that we can share and connect with. And that's a win. It doesn't matter so much how the game comes out as you get to spend that time connecting and being in community and in family together. So it is possible for us all to win. And sometimes there's a big heated argument about which team gets what and what the best commercials are, or somebody's got a wager and the things get heated because they could actually lose. But that's all a choice. This is the huge event for chicken wings. 1.45 billion chicken wings will be consumed today. 1.45 billion. You know, there's a chicken council that counts these sorts of things. So for the chicken council and for the chicken farmers, that's a win. For the chickens, not so much. Again, what's a win? What's the game that we're playing? What is it that we want to have come out of this? So there's the possibility of having a win-win. You get together with family, it doesn't matter what happens to the game. We have this opportunity to connect together and be present with each other and have a party, have a celebration. Is it possible to have a lose-lose? Yeah, I think so. I think there's been one in the news lately, and it's not like it's brand new. There's this conflict going on between Israel and Palestine, and it is not brand new. I actually had done some research on this. There was a Balfour Declaration in 1917. That was before Israel was formed. And the basis that was established in 1917 has made room for all of the conflict that's going on there. And if you look at the situation, there's no way to resolve that. It was set up badly 100 and something years ago, and it's continuing to unfold badly. It is a lose-lose situation. And now there's even more conflict going on, and the sides are becoming entrenched, and they're fighting, and they're killing each other. And that's not the way it's going to be solved. There is not a way to win in that situation. There's got to be a different way of looking at it, and until then, everybody continues losing. And the objective, the way to win is not to lose less badly than your competition or your adversary. There's a possibility for something different to happen. And whenever we're looking at what could be a win, where's the love? In that situation, what would love do? How would love appear in this situation? And I'm not talking about romantic love. Yes, Valentine's Day is coming up on Wednesday. It's the big love holiday. You know, it's chocolates and naughty cards and Cupid. For some reason, getting shot with an arrow is romantic. But anyway. Valentine's Day is coming up, and I'm not talking about romantic love or egoic love. What we're talking about is unconditional love, which has, it turns out, according to my friend Rick Moss, 5 aspects, the 5 A's of unconditional love: attention, affection, appreciation, acceptance, and allowing. Those are the 5 A's of unconditional love. Give them to me again: attention, affection, appreciation, acceptance, and allowing. One of our favorite definitions of love comes from M. Scott Peck in A Road Less Traveled from the 70s. He said, love is the willingness to extend oneself for the spiritual growth of oneself or another. That is so far from a Hallmark card. That is not a Hallmark card at all. But that's that willingness to extend ourselves, to go beyond what has been. And if you bring that into a situation where there's an intractable conflict, who's willing to extend themselves to support their own spiritual growth and the spiritual growth of others? That's how we bring love into the situation. So whenever you get into a conflict situation where it's not an obvious win-win, and it seems like there's going to be a win-lose, and everybody's unhappy, so maybe it's a lose-lose currently. In any of those situations, you can start looking for the love. If love were here, what would love do? If love were here as me, what would I do? What's possible?